Joining me now for RBC She's the Boss is Ambre Cadoux from Beblue Bijoux. Beblue Jewelry was born from the conviction that wearing jewelry designed with mind and meaning is an expression of our own personality and is one of the most empowering accessories a woman can wear. Every piece Ambre creates is made right here in Canada. Welcome to the show, Ambre.
Thank you for having me, Candice.
So you actually have a long history with jewelry, correct?
Yes, actually, yes, it's true. I'm born in France, and my grandparents and great grandparents were actually jewelers. So I'm a family of jewelers. Unfortunately, I didn't get really to know them. So my passion for jewelry wasn't transmitted by them. But then I always say it must stay in the genes for sure.
So what prompted you then to start your own business? Was it because it was in your blood, or was there a moment where you said, this is what I meant to do?
Well, I mean, at a young adult age, I figured out that, the big companies were not for me. It was not, like according to my character. So I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I was fascinated with restaurant business, and I wanted to have my own restaurant and eventually my own bar or my own club in the young, around my 18s. So actually, before my jewelry business, I had a restaurant business, and I owned a big coffee shop, and so I was, starting into the restaurant business. And after 2 years and a half, I realized that something was missing. Like it was something was not creative enough for me. So and then this first business experience didn't go as great as expected. So let's say it turned sour, which I think is a great, it's a great learning curve as well. So, and this is when I was in front of a white page for myself. And I said, well, what is there that I like about, the businesses? What do I want to do? How do I want to do it? And why not take this opportunity to create really the life and the company, that will allow me to live, the way I want, doing the things that I love. So I wanted, to be creative. I wanted to travel. I wanted, I wanted the different facets of a business, just not the business side and just not the creative side. And this is when, life brings you, on a certain path. And at first you don't understand why, but then you know that there's no coincidence. So life brought me to renew with jewelry again. And at first did not necessarily think I was going to create my own brand and create it in Montreal and like manufacture everything in Montreal. But very, very shortly when I started, it defined that I was going to do that.
And you really touched on something that I think is a common thread for all entrepreneurs. It's that failure, pick yourself up again, dust yourself off, and do it all over, right? So people will look at you and go, oh, look at what a great success you are. But that was a success probably, 20 years in the making, right? Until you got to this point.
Yes, for sure. And I mean, just for me, success can be defined many different ways, right? But I think that for me, being able to do something that I love every day and finding ways of loving it again every day, because, I'm just a little bit, 10 years, more than 10 years now that I have Beblue. And of course, some things you like more and some things you like less, so you need to rework that. So for me, that only is a success. And my previous business, yes, was not a success financially. That's for sure. But also it wasn't a life success. It wasn't a personal life success because it did not make me happy. And I think this is something that we forget, a lot to talk about. It's not just financial success for me. This is not the reason why I do it. It's really something more from the heart.
So what sets your jewelry, your pieces apart from the competition? Because there is a lot of competition out there.
There is a lot. And when I started Beblue 10 years ago, I was like, can't I find something like a bit, with less competition? But I don't, I do it from the heart. I do it with meaning. I do it with intention. I don't preoccupy myself too much about what's out there, okay? Because I think that people who will love my jewelry will connect with the piece itself, but with what's behind it as well. So it's the values, it's the why I do it. It's really to empower ourselves, myself, you know, like anybody who's wearing it. But it's also doing it with the real jewelry traditions, you know, of the jewelry making. So it's really affordable luxury. So we actually make the piece exactly the same way that we would make like the ring that you're wearing. We would make it exactly the same way as you know, like we make gold and diamonds. It's exactly the same making, but we do it in sterling silver and gold plated and semi precious stones. So the quality is really there. The way of the making is really there. But for me, it has to be accessible. And sometimes the jewelers with who I work, they challenge me and there's like, no, that you don't do it on silver. You cannot. It's done only on gold and on, you know, like it's a waste of time to do it on sterling silver because for them it's not as noble. But for me, it's yes, it has to be done exactly the same way. So I think that's one of the things that sets Beblue apart. It's not costume jewelry, you know, like with no, it's a real jewelry, and we shake a bit the conventions of jewelry making.
Well, your jewelry is gorgeous. For those listening, they can't see this video, but I am wearing a couple of your pieces, and I love them. I feel like $1,000,000 wearing this ring and bracelet that you gifted me, which was so kind of you. I want people to be able to find you, find out more, and we have a special code for them. So I'm going to let you give that to them.
Yes, so please visit our website, bebluejewelry.com or bebluebijoux.com. Both work, and you can follow us as well on Instagram with the handle Beblue Bijoux, and on Facebook, the same. And if you like the jewelry at checkout, you can use the code Candice15. It will be thank you, you know, like for this opportunity. It's really great, Candice.
Wonderful. Okay. So thank you to Amber from Beblue Bijoux for joining me today. And thank you to our sponsor, RBC. RBC is here to support you through digital first solutions, advice, and services that go beyond banking to help realize your true potential. Because owning a small business takes something special. That's why RBC is behind you every step of the way. Visit rbc.com/business.